What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Mario B coming at you guys with our draft analysis for the IBL. Super excited to get this going. This will be our first draft league for Gen 8 since unfortunately PBAL fell through. And I know that was kind of sudden. I didn't really make a video on it. I kind of took a little break from uploading. But this week I should have uploaded maybe at least twice this week. I did get a couple of programs. Big shout out to Wilmar and my server. Not in my server, but in the IBL server. He actually hooked it up with some cool programs, so my editing software is a little bit better now. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the awesome new layouts, and yeah, hope you guys enjoying them. And I also do want to take a minute to say that I hope that all you guys are staying safe, all you guys are washing your hands. You know, as the world is going through this kind of pandemic, it's just super crazy to think that this type of stuff is real. So I just hope all you guys are taking care, whether you believe it is as big as it is or it's not, conspiracy theories, all that good stuff. I really hope you guys are being safe. But nevertheless, guys, we are here with our draft analysis. Super excited to present it to you guys. And yeah, let's just dive right into it. So we did have the 6th overall pick in a 16-man draft. It was post-home, so there was a lot of cool ones in there, like Melmetal, Zero Aura, Terrakion, Primarina, all the Lowland starters. What else is in there? That's pretty cool. Keldeo, Virizion, stuff like that, post-home ones, and then of course all the Gen 8 ones, which is really awesome. So I had the 6th picked overall, and what I really wanted to draft was a Melmetal, just to be clicking Choice Bandit, double Iron Bash all the time, you know, and that was what I really wanted, and it actually made it all the way to the 5th pick, so the pick right above me, and I actually ended up getting sniped. I can't remember if it was by Tyler or if it was by Grandmaster, but I did get sniped, unfortunately. But in my opinion, I did get the second next best thing, which ended up being my first pick, which is actually going to go ahead and be Dragapult. So Dragapult here is probably the coolest design in Gen 8 in my opinion, besides maybe like something like Stonejourner maybe had the second coolest one in my opinion. But Dragapult's really awesome. Unfortunately, guys, I won't be able to show any stats on the screen, but just to let you guys know, a couple of them, he does have a base 142 speed, which pretty much outspeeds everything. I think Zero Aura does outspeed it by 1 point, but besides that, it does give us a really big speed tier advantage right away in the draft. So at base 142, this one is super incredible. With base 120 attack and 100 special attack, it can be ran either physical or special. And this thing's move pool is pretty great, with access to things like acrobatics for physical coverage, Draco Meteor, Dragon Claw. It also has access to Dragon Dance, so if things want to run a Scarf, try to outscarf me, I can go ahead and Dragon Dance and go ahead and outspeed them. Fire coverage and Fire Blast, Flamethrower, Hydro Pump, a Hex set could be pretty awesome too, because this thing does get Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Ball of course for stab, Sucker Punch, Surf, Thunderbolt, the T-Wave, and U-Turn, which is super awesome for pivoting. I could definitely have a nice little U-turn core going on with a couple of the later picks I picked as well. But yeah, Dragapult super awesome. Does also have an awesome ability in Clear Body, not being able to lower its stats if it is physical. Infiltrator as well, if you are special, you can get past those subs. And even Curse Body, if one time I maybe want to bring it bulky. It does have base 88 HP and 75 defense and special defense, so not the bulkiest thing, but hey, it could be ran pretty much with max HP, since you're not going to need a lot of speed. This mon kind of reminds me of Mega Aerodactyl in a way. Mega Aerodactyl is more frail, but you didn't have to spend a lot of EVs in speed, and you could almost always run Adamant, or in this case Adamant or Modest, since it is either physical or special. But Dragapult really awesome to have. I don't have the shiny sprite on screen, but this mon will definitely be shiny. Also, guys, feel free to go ahead and drop some nickname ideas in the bottom. I don't really have any of them nicknamed yet, so if you guys do pick out a nickname, I'll most likely name them just for my viewers, so they're pretty awesome. But yes, Dragapult completes our first pick in the draft. So after we pick this, we have to wait all the way to the bottom and then for it to come all the way back up. I think a couple of the things I wanted I basically wanted something that was hard hitting, so something that could wall break essentially. Because I did have Dragon Pole, I was gonna have Dragon Pole as either kind of like a setup, my setup mon at the end game, or just a late game sweeper slash cleaner. So that's what Dragon Pole's role on the team was. Next, I figured I'd get another huge wall breaker in Darmanitan. So Darmanitan is such a beast, especially since this is after home, post home, so we could use this amazing mon. Even though it doesn't have guerrilla tactics, this thing still hits super hard at base 140 attack. With sheer force, you throw flare blitz and you throw a choice band on there. Nothing really wants to switch in on it. All of Gen 7, I really want to use this in the draft league, didn't get the chance to, but very excited that I can in Gen 8 with a base 95 speed tier. It's not very bad for this meta. Definitely post home added a couple of faster mons, but nevertheless this thing is a great scarfer if need be, so I can outspeed all those things, and nothing really wants to take a choice scarf flare blitz either. That thing just hits super hard. It does get coverage. I can superpower the elemental punches as well. I can even run Zen mode 1 week if I really want to. I don't think I do though, because Zen mode kind of sucks with this one, but this thing does get awesome coverage in rock slide, stone edge, superpower. It does get U-turn, so I do have a little bit of U-turn momentum there with the Darmanitan, since it does force switches, and so does Dragon Pulse, so I could be U-turning around. Next, guys, I still wanted to follow with that kind of hard-hitting mentality. Definitely want some big hitters, but at this point I realize I don't really have that many defensive mons. I would love a mon that can do both, right? Can hit pretty hard if I need to attack hard 1 week, be nice and defensive if I needed to be defensive. If you guys ever watched me before, you guys know I'm a pretty defensive player. I do like balanced teams. I understand that with this meta, it's a little bit less what's the word, I just want to say like a little bit less used maybe as far as balance. I know a lot of people are running hyper offensive teams as far as like Smogon and singles and stuff, so yeah, wanted some hard hitters and some kind of bulky offense, I guess you guys can see. So the next pick is actually going to be Primarina right here, and Primarina is just an absolute beast. I don't think I've used it so far in my draft league career, but with base 80 HP and 74 defense and 116 speed def, this thing is just super bulky, has access to Torrent or Liquid Voice, and its moves are pretty nice. This thing does have Calm Mind. It does get Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam. It does get access to Life Dew now, so if I'm running like a max HP, max defensive set, which is actually very good at checking things like Terrakion and just physical hitters that can't really break through this, and does have access to screens as well. Perish Song, what else does it get? Shadow Ball, Surf. I mean, this thing gets an array of coverage and it can hit pretty hard. So this thing is, I'm very excited to bring this Choice Specs Primarina with Moonblast. Is there really a switch in? I don't think so. I don't know one. Let me think. Maybe like Escavalier maybe, but not every team's going to have an Escavalier, baby. Someone's going to have to take a Moonblast to the face. So Primarina, really good. Bad speed tier, so I did go from 145 to 95 to 60. So you guys are going to see with this draft, my speed tiers are kind of all over the place. I did do a bad job at that. Honestly, during this draft, I wasn't really too focused. Like, I'm not too confident in my draft. I know I have a couple good picks, but I definitely want to see how the team's going to work as a whole. I'm definitely planning on making changes to it, but overall right now, I think I'm okay with this. And speaking about not paying attention during the draft, this pick was actually a mistake. I didn't mean to actually grab this. I don't know why I typed it out like texting when I was texting the Discord, like my pick. I just completely messed up, but I do not I guess it's not too bad, but it is going to be Rotom Heat here. So Rotom Heat, this generation did get access to not knockoff Nasty Plot, and that makes this thing a legitimate threat. Coming off of a base 105 special attack with an 86 speed tier, which isn't too bad. It will outspeed a couple of mons. It could hit something really hard with a nasty +2 Overheat, Thunderbolt. It does give me Volt Switch as well, but the main reason why I really picked this, and when I said I was messing up on the pick, I actually meant to draft Rotom Cut to give me a grass type so I can complete that Fire Water Grass core, but I accidentally typed the Rotom Heat. But we're gonna see. We're gonna rock with it. We're gonna have to see how the season plays out with it. I don't mind. This generation, we did get heavy duty boots, so we don't have to worry about those stealth rock weaknesses anymore. We can definitely switch this in, get a defog off. It does give me that Melmetal resist as well, because Melmetal was definitely on my mind when I was thinking about this. So was Primarina when I was thinking about Dracovish. So yeah. So nothing much more to say about Rotom Heat. You know, he usually does the same thing, either defensive or specs with Overheat, Thunderbolt, and Volt Switch. Does did he get something else? No, nothing too special, right? Okay, yeah. So Rotom Heat, basically what he's here to do is defog for the team. He's also here to be an offensive threat if Darmanitan is not able to hit them on the physical side that hard that week. So next, I really wanted G-Max Gengar. So I was thinking about getting Gengar. I was thinking I'll have a dual Ghost type. Ghost type is really good in this generation because the lack of pursuit going around. With Post Home, it helped it with knock off a little bit more, but still fairly weak. So I wanted G-Max Gengar, but I actually ended up getting sniped again right before my pick. So I don't regret this next G-Max at all. I definitely feel that I like him in base form. I like him in G-Max form. His ability doesn't help us out too much, but I figured I might as well pick it up right now, and that's gonna go ahead and be G-Max Orbeetle. So G-Max Orbeetle right here is, first of all, one of the coolest designs in the world. This will be shiny for sure. I love the purple ET. And Orbeetle is just kind of weird in a sense that it's bulky, but it's kind of not. With the base 90 speed tier, it's outspeeding a lot of bulkier things that could knock it out. It does get access to things like Iron Defense and Body Press, which could be really good to boost up all your defense. Then you go ahead and Body Press your way to victory. It does get access to things like Energy Ball. It does get access to screens. It gets access to sticky webs, which is one of the biggest reasons why I drafted it. My team, like I said, is relatively slow, so if 1 week I need to go ahead and bring sticky webs, I can go ahead and bring them. I don't really have to worry about it. Sticky webs with Choice Banded Darmanitan is also just really good chemistry. My lack of defoggers for this team also forced me to pick something with sticky webs, because if they don't have a spinner, they're gonna have to defog. Most likely they'll have rocks up, they'll defog their own rocks up and defog my sticky webs away as well. So that's something to keep in mind as well. This team does get access to Trick Room as well. Let's say I want to go Trick Room with another couple one of my picks. Almost spoiled them. We can definitely do that as well. Nothing much more to say about this mon. It's a set of Gravity, but to be honest, Gravity doesn't help my team too much. So that's pretty much about Orbeetle. Super bulky, not kind of bulky at the same time, but kind of fast. Okay, so boom, Orbeetle done. Next pick we have in the draft is going to be my boy Troy, aka Mudsdale. So I love me some Mudsdale. Mudsdale is one of my favorite mons. And as far as draft, I feel like it's very underestimated. This time it was tier 3. Also, guys, I totally forgot to mention that I've been picking these picks like Dragapult was my first pick, Darmanitan was my second pick, Primarina was my first free pick. It was a tier 2 mon, I believe. Rotom Heat is my tier 3 mon, and then this Mudsdale rounds off my second, third round pick. So I don't mind Mudsdale at all. Comes off that base 100 HP. Also has 100 defense, low speed, alright with def with 85, but it does get access to 3 great abilities. One being Own Temple, so now they buffed it this generation. I cannot be intimidated. So let's say I want to bring Trick Room, offensive Mudsdale, I can definitely do that. Don't have to worry about intimidate from the opponent. Get access to stamina. That means that every time I get hit by a physical type attack, my defense will be raising +1, so that could be really good for me. I don't have to invest that much in defense. I can invest more in HP, special defense, attack, etc. And then inner focus, I can't be flinched, and can't be intimidated either. So pretty good. Stealth Rocker as well for the team, which is why I mostly got it. Does get things like close combat, heavy slam, earthquake, let me see, high horsepower, roar, which could be really good. If I get up hazards, I can just roar stuff around, and yeah, superpower as well. So really excited to use Mudsdale, even though it sounds kind of lame, but Mudsdale is actually pretty awesome. So yeah. Next in the pick, the draft, I realized that I did not have a grounded poison type. Oops, sorry guys if you guys heard that in the background. We do have a newborn in the house. Shout out to my little nephew, brand new in the house. love them. But anyways, Drapion right here is going to be our grounded poison type. Oops, was a lowly on that slide. But Drapion is our grounded poison type. Like I said, I wanted a grounded poison type. So this thing doesn't, I don't really like his abilities. They're like whatever to me. Battle armor, I cannot be struck by a critical hit. Sniper, if this Pokemon strikes with the critical hit, the damage is multiplied 1.5. And Kenai, the accuracy can't be lowered and ignores their evasion stats. So don't really know how that'll help me, but Drapion does give us access to toxic spikes, gives us access to knockoff. If I'm not mistaken, it does get knockoff, right? It does get knockoff. So our first knockoff user, it gives us the ability to absorb and give out toxic spikes, which is one of the main reasons why I picked them. It does get access to Home Claw, Swords Dance, Aqua Tail, coverage, Bug Buzz. I don't know why you went on special though. Earthquake, all the fangs, the elemental fangs, leech life, rock slide, shadow ball, doesn't really matter, I guess. I mean, this thing does have a base 90 attack and 60 special attack, so nothing too special, but this thing does have base 70 HP, 110 defense, and 75 speed def, so it definitely can eat a hit if need be. Get up a Swords Dance, get up a T-Spike, whatever I needed to do. So that was the theory behind Drapion, also using a second free pick. So I'm going to go ahead and use another free pick this next round and pick up my boy Hitmonchan. So Hitmonchan is really something. So does get Iron Fist, which is super awesome. All his moves are punchy moves, most of them that you use anyways, so barring close combat, but definitely awesome, right? This thing also gets rapid spin, so just in case there is a game that I want my sticky webs up permanently and he has rocks, I can get rid of them with this rapid spinner. And in this generation, rapid spin did get the boost, aka buff, to get the +1 in speed. So this thing at +1 speed with the coverage coming off a base 105 attack is super deadly, my friend, super deadly. This thing with the 110 speed def can also be a speed def wall if I need it. It can eat hits a little bit better. Right now my defensive core is looking like Rotom Heat, Mudsdale, and maybe Primarina, along with this Hitmonchan, definitely to ease off some of the pain, easily ease off some of the pressure off of those other defensive mons. But this thing can definitely be ran offensive as well, has insane coverage, gets things like Bullet Punch for priority, close combat, Earthquake, Fake Out, all the punches, Fire, Ice, Thunder Punch, gets high jump kick, Mach Punch, Rapid Spin, like I said, Rock Slide, and Stone Edge. Wow, that's pretty actually good. I didn't know it gets Stone Edge, but this gets Stone Edge for those flying types. So Hitmonchan, really happy. Hitmonchan will also be shiny. I love shiny Hitmonchan with the blue gloves. Next, I ended up using my tier 4 pick for I noticed that I did lack a little bit more defense, so I just wanted to be safe, so I went ahead and picked up Feral Seed. Feral Seed does actually give us access to spikes. It gives us access to Stealth Rock, so we have another Stealth Rocker, so that's 2 so far in Feral Seed and Mudsdale, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so 2 Stealth Rockers now and a Spiker. This thing also is super bulky, guys. Do not sleep on Feral Seed. I promise you he will be eating hits this whole season. MVP, I'm calling it right now. Other season, probably Feral Seed. I'm hoping on it. Other than that, pretty bulky, 91 defense, 86 speed def with 44 HP. The HP is a little bit iffy, but it does get access to Leech Seed, Protect, so we can definitely do some shenanigans with that. Probably stay around a little bit longer than we'd like to. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the theory behind Feral Seed. I needed something not fast. I need something fat that could take hits for me, possibly set up a spike if I needed to. So now I have toxic spikes, I have Stealth Rock, I have Defog. So I feel like I have most of the things covered. I hadn't had my tier 5 pick yet, so I went ahead and picked up my boy Swoobat. I love this. I actually love this PNG of him. I love how blue he looks. I wish he was actually that blue. Unless his shiny is that blue. No, his shiny is yellow, right? I'm actually using his yellow shiny. We'll have to see about that. But Swoobat does give us a base 114 speed mon, which is really good. So now it goes Dragapult, then it goes Dragapult, then it goes Swoobat, right? Yes, Swoobat, and then it goes Darn. So at 114, this isn't bad. This thing does get access to Simple, great ability. So Simple is when this Pokemon stats are raised or lowered, the effect is actually doubled. So I could do things like Calm Mind and get a +2 in my special attack and special defense. I don't know why I was stuck there. And I get things like Energy Ball, Heat Wave, gets access to Nasty Plot as well, so that's actually a +4 boost to your attack. It also gets that move, what's it called? I forgot what it's called. It's called like Store Power. There you go. So I get +20 for the user of each stats boost. That means that it is a base 20 power move, but if you get Calm Mind up, that's already 4 stats, so that's already a base 100 attack move. So this thing can be super powerful. It gets Super Fang. What other abilities does this thing get? I feel like it has another one. It gets Unaware, which could be alright. Klutz, except Macho Brace, Flink cannot be used. Okay, that's interesting. I don't really care about that, but coming off a base 77 special attack is nothing too special, but if we can work with maybe an item that gets released on entry, we can definitely do something with that. So we'll definitely check that out throughout the season. Swoobat was kind of just that pickup in tier 5, looked like the coolest mon. This last mon I'm actually really excited to introduce to you guys, and that's going to be my boy MJ the GOAT, aka LeBron James, right here. Dub Wool. So Dub Wool is nothing to sleep on. Nothing. It does get access to Fluffy this generation. That means that this Pokemon will take half damage from those contact moves. It does give us a bit of a fire weakness, but we do have that covered up with Dragapult, Darmanitan, Rotom Heat, Mudsdale, Primarina. You get the idea. But this thing is super bulky, man. I mean, base 72 HP, 100 defense, and 90 speed def. It does get access to things like Iron Defense, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Iron Defense? Gets access to Baton Pass, so I can Baton Pass out of there if I need to leave. Gets access to Cotton Guard, which raises our defense +3. Gets Body Press, so once we get that +3 in defense, we will go ahead and Body Press somebody. That's coming off a base 100 defense, so it's pretty powerful. You can Rest, Sleep Talk, Baton Pass, or Rest, Sleep Talk, Cotton Guard, Body Press. That's all you need. It does get access to Double Edge as well for stab, which is pretty cool. It gets access to Wild Charge and Zen Headbutt for that coverage. So Double is going to go ahead and round out our whole team here, so you guys can go ahead and see it up there, or I think it's up there maybe, or somewhere. You guys see the team. You guys see the team right there. If you guys are rooting for your Happy Valley Hariyamas, make sure to leave a like down on the video below, please. I'd really appreciate it, guys. And if you guys are new, watching my channel for the first time from the IBL Discord or anything like that, feel free to subscribe, man. There's gonna be some great battles going on this season. Sorry if you guys can hear that background noise, but like I said, guys, it's gonna be some great times this season. Make sure to follow. Make sure to keep up with everything, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Stay blessed. Stay healthy. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.